Thank you. We agreed this season we are growing trees. Ladies and gentlemen, once again I welcome you to this wonderful program, and we continue learning a few technicalities about how we're gonna grow trees for our own good. And to begin with, we shall be growing trees in our home compounds, trees that will give us value, trees that are going to add value to our lives. And as usual, my technical person is none other than Bernard Kigwa.
Thank you very much.
Say it loudly so that I can hear it.
Bernard Kigwa, that's my name.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, and before we came here, we passed by a tree nursery. That is where we first got a few items here and there. We also got some few seedlings that we're gonna explain. And today we are going to demonstrate practically how we plant those trees so that after that, we gonna take care of them to grow. My name is Waithera Muitherania. How have you been?
Fine, madam.
Yes.
Yes.
Any concern that you've received from our tree growers?
There are some concerns.
Yes.
About last time.
Yes.
We talked about how we raise tree seedlings in our nurseries.
Yes.
But right now, because the rains are with us.
Yes.
And of course, you see, it's
Yeah.
already near raining.
Yes, yes, yes.
Today we must be having rains.
Yes.
I thought of some people got concerned.
Yes.
And as a matter of deep concern to the viewers and listeners, they insisted that they need to know how we do it practically, how we do the tree growing, tree planting.
To know, to learn, and to see.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what we are going to do. And that's why, in fact, this is a demo. We are not going to plant thousands of trees. We are only going to plant 1, 2, 3 trees.
But you are going to plant real trees.
Real trees, yes. Now, when we were setting off to come to this compound, it belongs to a farmer. And the farmer gave us a go-ahead.
Yes.
And he allowed us to plant or to grow trees in his home compound. What I thought is we would not go for plantation tree species.
Okay.
Or timber species.
Yes.
You know, in a compound, we need ornamentals, we need medicinal trees,
fruit
trees, thereby eliminating trees which can be for timber production.
Yes.
Otherwise, here before us or in front of us, we have passed through a private nursery.
Yes.
We have bought 4 different tree species.
These ones?
Yes.
Let's understand them. There must be a reason why you pick each and every seedling.
Yes.
I start with this one.
The tree you see here is very much common, but the people don't know it very much.
Yeah.
Locally it's known as 𝐓𝐫𝐷𝐼, and it's called neem.
Neem.
And it is a species which has got so many medicinal uses. In fact, as the name depicts, or the name denotes, 𝐓𝐫𝐷𝐼, 40 different tree diseases. Such that I thought of this tree because the barks, the leaves, the roots are usually used for various ailments.
Oh.
And that's why I decided to get this tree seedling so that we can plant it. Right now it is a seedling.
Yes.
When we plant it, it will be becoming a tree.
You said when it becomes a tree, when it matures up,
yes,
we can use the leaves.
The leaves for herbal medication.
Yes.
That is for asthmatic people, for malaria, all those ailments. Just Google neem.
Neem.
Or Google.
I've seen a powder for
exactly
leaves,
yes.
But does it mean now if I want to use the leaves when this tree grows, I need to dry and crush them?
Not necessarily. It can be used in different forms. You can use the leaves, boil them. You can crush them, you can dry them, crush them, get the powder. All these are usable for the various ailments.
Did you say also the bark will have some use? The bark
is also, yes. Even the roots themselves.
Yeah, but we are not going to use the roots this time around.
No, of course. These are seed. We want the tree to grow.
And we want the tree to grow.
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, this is the purpose why we selected these 3 species.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The next 3 species here
yes.
has become very famous.
Yes.
In our forestry calendar or our forestry terms. It's called wengine wanaita kungumanga. It's called pomegranate.
And
its fruit is very useful.
You mean I'm holding a kukumanga?
Yeah, kungumanga.
All right. Okay.
Sio kuku. Kungumanga.
Kungumanga.
Yes. This pomegranate. And the fruits are very useful for treating various ailments. Just go Google. Kungumanga ni gumu sana kuipata lakini Google pomegranate and you get it.
Now, wait a minute. This one we only use the
fruits.
Okay.
The fruits, not the leaves.
Not the leaves, not the...
Exactly, yes.
Well, when you mention kungumanga, even when I'm holding, I know the connotation, so...
Exactly, okay.
But are they true? About what
somehow,
the food does,
whatever you know, just keep it whatever.
No, it's important to understand for the sake of the farmer. Amaniaje viewers, we need to understand.
Surely.
The fruit heals what?
Let's talk of let's talk of 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐞.
Oh, it's true.
Yes, it's very true.
Okay.
And of course, don't overuse it. Go to an expert on these things. You might overdo it and then it brings some chaos in the house.
Otherwise, this tree, we are going to plant it in a home compound.
In a home compound, yes.
There you are.
Okay.
We move on to the next
tree. That tree. This is the famous zambarau.
It's very heavy, this one.
Zambarau.
Yes.
Mbegu zake, their seeds are very much edible. And wherever you see zambarau growing, or the 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐿, you call it the 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐿 guineas. 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐿 guineas.
𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐿 guineas.
Ukishida na yote uite zambarau tu. Ukizaba zambarau watu wanajua ni mti gani unaongea juu yake. The fruits are very much edible.
Okay.
Wherever 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐿 is growing or zambarau is growing, you can't miss birds.
Yes.
We feed on them very much, and it is very high in vitamins, especially vitamin A. The fruits is them, and the fruits when they are ripe, when they ripen, they are purple, and in fact, we want to do some value addition to see whether we can get a jam for instead of the bluebird and whatever, so that we can use the tree on it.
The zambarau.
The zambarau.
But it has more larger seed than the meat.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. You have to not chewing, but
you mean now we can have the pulp.
The pulp is
that is what you want to remove from the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, it is very competitive from human beings, animals, and birds.
Yes.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, pomegranate really knows its work. Okay, move on.
Okay. Now that and the last tree. Just hold here. This tree.
Oh, you knew it's heavy for me to hold.
I knew it's heavy. Yeah.
Okay.
This is called 𝐓𝐫𝐿.
This one is not very common.
It's called something actinifolia. And the best use of this tree in most of the compounds, especially the hospitals, the hotels, is grown all over. Why? Because it is one of the best known trees to give us oxygen. And it releases a lot of oxygen apart from the other trees. So you should prefer planting them around the home compounds, around institutions like hospitals, where we need the patients to feel
Does it
whatever.
grow big? And
it is a medium-sized tree. It's not as tall as this mukindori. It's called croton. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a good tree.
So this one, we are not going to harvest leaves, Not
No.
fruits,
We just leave it to give us oxygen.
To give us oxygen.
Yes.
Oh, so once in a while you can.
I would advise farmers and even the people who would like to grow them, even if you don't have home compound, you have got at least a plot. Just put it in a bucket, plant it there, put it in your veranda, in your whatever.
Oh, nice.
It will give you a lot of oxygen around.
Wow.
Otherwise, it's a good ornamental tree, and it is very, very important for oxygen giving plants.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So we are going to plant the 4 trees today?
No. What I think, because time is not with us, let's plant 2 trees. One for oxygen, one for the medicine.
Yeah.
Let's leave the kungumanga alone because when you grow this one, I would need it to be grown outside the compound there, so that people do not mess up with it. And of course, you know the reason why.
All right. So we have our 4 trees here. As you have heard, they are very, very crucial to human beings. But we don't just plant. In our previous lesson, we were taught about spacing. Today, we are going to see it practically. Guys, we are planting to grow. This time around, we are growing trees. Let's go.
Thank you.
So here we are.
Now, what we do,
yes,
for one tree, this is already planted by the farmer.
Yes.
And we can't plant a tree around this one.
Yes.
So from this tree, we need 4 meters away.
4 meters.
That is called spacing. From one tree to the other.
4 meters.
4 meters would mean 12 feet.
Okay.
1 meter is 3 feet.
Okay.
So 12 feet.
Now, last time, as you explained, you said we need spacing according to what we want to get from the tree.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
So today we have fruit trees.
Now what I did and what I thought is that because I want to plant a 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐞, which is oxygen giving, and the medicinal, those are not fruits.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are going to plant it as like the normal trees.
Okay.
For the fruits, which is zambarau and the kungumanga, programmer it. Let's do them in the shamba, where you are going to give them a wider spacing. Okay. That's why I've just come with the choice of these three species. Okay. Because they are not, of course, they are not for fruit production.
Okay. So now we are going 4 meters.
4 meters.
Okay.
From there to the next tree, 4 meters.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
Why 4 meters? Because these trees eventually would grow. They are this way because they are in the nursery. When they are given free space to grow, they will have a very big canopy, such that when this tree opens up and it grows a bit up, and that tree which we are going to plant there would have also a canopy, and we want to avoid interlocking of the canopy, such that this the canopy of this tree, when it matures, will come to this size, up to here. When this tree matures, the canopy will come to this place and that place. The other one will also extend that way. So we want to give a tree enough space
for the canopy.
For the canopy. Why canopy? Because of the to avoid the competition below ground, for nutrients, for moisture, above ground because of light, competition of light. In any case, if you grow them very close, they will be very slender. You become as poles. You will not be trees, and you will not get your final product.
All right.
Yes.
So now.
There we go.
There we go.
1.
That's 1 meter.
Let's go. Let's go with you. 1, 2, 22, 3, 4 meters.
4 meters.
It is always known that on average,
yes,
a step, one step, is approximately 9 to 11 100 centimeters, which is 1 meter.
Okay.
So on average, one step apart is 1 meter.
My fellow tree growers, what I have understood from our expert, Bernard Kigwa, we are not going to guess. We are doing the real measurements. And the importance of this is so that we can give the tree enough space to eat enough, enjoy enough, And they are going to reward us enough as well, because they'll give us exactly what we want.
That's it.
If we are looking for fruits, we're gonna get enough fruits. That tree will have enough to eat and enough space to grow and enough sunlight, so that it can also produce enough oxygen for the oxygen tree and enough fruits for the fruit trees. Now, the preparation of the ground.
Here we are.
Do I need to break the ground myself?
Not really.
Okay.
Before you break,
yes,
there are steps to be followed. You just don't go breaking the ground for the heck of growing.
You don't just dig.
You just don't dig.
Okay.
Now, where you have marked here is the center of our hole.
Center of the hole.
The center of the pit or the hole. You can they are used interchangeably. The hole, the pit.
Okay.
It's quite okay.
Okay.
As a thumb of rule, our rule of thumb is that when you are planting trees, people usually make a hole when you just make one djembe or two djembes. But that's very different.
So that you can finish.
So you can finish and you can plant as many trees as you can.
Yes.
But that will defeat the whole idea.
That will not grow trees.
Exactly. That's just planting trees.
Okay.
We want to grow trees.
Okay.
Now, the minimum size of a hole should be 2 feet.
2 feet.
By 2 feet, by 2 feet, by 2 feet depth.
Okay.
But if the ground and the soils are very, very fertile, like where I can see here, is a boma and it's got a lot of manure, we don't have a problem. We can make it 1.5 by 1.5.
Oh, 1.5 and 1.5.
The soils are very, they have got a lot of nutrients.
Okay.
So here we are. Even this is approximation. Futi moja na nusu ni kama hapo. Futi moja na nusu ni kama hapa. Futi moja na nusu ni kama hapa. Na futi moja na nusu ni kama hapo.
Okay.
So what we do, and in most of the cases...
so we have marked where the hole will reach.
Exactly.
Okay. No guesswork, guys. No guesswork. Okay.
Now, if we are planting these trees, or we want to grow these trees in very, very dry areas, we would make a bigger hole because the soils are poor. But right now, because these soils are nutritious, they have got a lot of nutrients. We want to make 1.5 by 1.5. But of course, we all know that subsurface soil are more fertile, than the deeper layer of the soil. So the half pit of this hole, half of it, which is about 3/4 of a feet, then the other 3/4, the subsurface soil will be put on one side. The other soil, which is 75 centimeters also down there, will be put aside. When we are going to do our planting, the soil, which is subsurface, which was laid here, will first be will be done what? It will be done refilling of the hole.
Not returning?
Not returning, you can't return.
Okay.
You just refill the hole or refill the pit.
Okay.
Then, for the other half, we shall see how the soils are behaving.
Okay.
Ebu, let your
manure.
Let your
I get you manure? Okay.
Bring that manure. The manuring will depend on how our soils will be underground. Mwaga hapa kando.
Manure.
So you can remember when I was talking the other time, I was saying you can, then you uplift this one.
Yes.
But I don't know whether you shall be able because it has not been watered.
So are we going to remove this first or to refill.
No, we are going to refill. What we do, I've even noticed that we are not going to use the manure.
Okay. But maybe for practical purposes, we can just use the manure.
Mix the manure.
Yes.
So
that we can see how it's normally done.
Here we are.
We put the manure there.
Pekua. Weka kama vile unaweka simiti. Kapeka kando. Weka hii, chota hii weka hapo katikati. Hii.
Haya, leta nikusaidie.
Na manure ilipimwa kama dawa hii.
This now is the manure. How do we tell how much we're gonna use?
Just. And in most of the cases, you usually avoid using the debris because this one will attract termites. So we usually avoid the foreign.
So next one, before we plant, we are going to sieve the manure.
Exactly, yes. We have to
debris.
To remove the debris because this usually attracts the termites. Mchwa inapenda hizi na kitambo imalize hii iko kwa mti yako.
Okay.
Let's go.
You need more manure?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Not as much. That is almost okay.
Yeah, because we have it.
Loosen this big. In most of the cases, we usually do this.
It's the same.
Not heavy. Yeah, no, do this. Your time nakufa. Then you do this.
Okay,
it's mix. As if you are mixing some concrete.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We put it back. How much of it?
That one will be dictated by the size
of the
pot, where the tree has been potted. So when he's doing it, we shall be gauging our size of the pot and how our pit is behaving.
So
let's continue. Go. Weka mingi. Mpaka ijae juu.
Yeah. So dear tree growers, we are going to refill.
Now this is the process of refilling the hole.
Yes.
And of course you can see the center of the hole is where the 4 meters mark was. So because this seedling has not been watered very
recently.
Soon. Let's hold this one.
However, if it was, we would have done like
you just loosen it,
yes.
And then you pull the polythene for reuse. Again.
Okay.
Otherwise,
now that it is not
watered, it is not wet. Let's destroy this one.
Yes.
But in the future, let's not do this.
Okay. Because now that one cannot be reused.
What you can see here, you can see these roots, small. They look like hairs. These are the feeding organs.
Do you continue refilling?
Continue.
All right. Okay.
These are the feeding organs of the tree.
Yes.
And of course, so many people make some mistake. You see that? Let's bring that to polythene. Some people usually plant this tree with this polythene.
Yeah, sometimes we just cut the lower part, then we plant.
And then you plant.
Yeah.
No. You are going to choke this tree.
So the whole
container should go away.
Okay.
Then don't remove or don't shake this soil.
But you want to loosen up the...
No. When it is watered, when the rain comes, it will loosen itself. And in fact, the tree will feel very comfortable now that it is not being disturbed by the polythene where it was. So there will be a lot of ways to fight the rain.
Okay, naturally. Then, okay.
Last time I told you, if you want a tree to grow very well,
yes,
just kneel down.
Yeah.
So what we do...
Remember, my dear tea growers, when planting the tree, kneel down, pray for it, and with it, here we
continue. What we do, we scoop.
Yes.
The size of this...
Is there any problem kneeling with two? Both knees?
Hata Mungu anapiga magoti yote mbili. So let's continue. Let's go.
Okay. We are putting at the center, right?
Just a minute. There we are.
No, I thought you'll put it as low as possible.
No. When you put it as low as possible,
yes,
it will go to this much.
Okay.
Then this area is most likely to rot because of the water or the water logging around there.
Okay.
So we usually want the tree to have the soil just on the surface of the
other soil.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. So let's continue this soil.
Tree growers,
don't touch one.
You put back the soil to support your seedling up to the level where the other soil
exactly,
had reached.
Yes. Exactly, yes.
So not up to the stomach.
No. Hiyo makosa kubwa.
Don't go up to the knees. To the So we are going to put the soil up
to
here.
This, please.
Now, 1 minute. I thought you were going to scoop the soil and put the tree as low as possible, then put back that soil?
No. Oh. This is a serious mistake. That's why people usually fail in tree growing.
Okay.
Sincerely.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Remember, I'm on my knees.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you're praying. Continue. Let him changa yote.
You see, even my support staff here is also wants to put this soil. Not the other one.
If the worst come to the worst.
Yes.
And this soil which we are refilling is not enough. Go to nearby land. Scoop some fertile soil.
Which is still the top. So this one you want us to ignore?
No, you don't have to deal with that one.
Okay.
Soil is not a problem here.
Okay.
Leta hiyo mchanga. Let's hapa.
How far do we want this soil? The level we talked about. There we go.
There we go. There we go. And the planting is not even planting. Planting is planting, and then you
step on it.
Farm.
Oh.
You farm the tree.
Okay.
All around.
Okay.
Why do you have to do this? Because you want to avoid the air spaces between the hole and the root hairs, such that the tree will not feel as if it is in a foreign land. It will just think it is inside the tube,
where it
was.
Oh.
Exactly. Yes.
So my fellow tree growers, after we have put back the soil, after we have refilled up to the level of the other soil, now farm it up. Farm it up.
Exactly. All around.
Farm it up.
All around.
Farm it up. Farm it up. The reason, when that tree was in this tube,
exactly,
it was being held tightly together. So we want it to feel
as if it is still in the tube.
Yes. So we want it to feel. I thought that would be dangerous to the tree. You say the root hairs need to feel free when water comes.
That is what they are going to do. Don't preempt what they are going to do there. They know what they are supposed to do.
Okay. So stepping on it
will not do any harm. It's very helpful.
Okay.
And here you are supposed to note that we never use the red soil.
At all.
At all. Because this soil is very poor in nutrients. We have used the subsurface soil, and in fact we sourced other soil from another place where the soil is fertile, so that we get
another still soil. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we are.
There goes.
What we do in most of the cases, and this usually happens, is that when you grow or plant trees, when we are done with this tree, we have already planted, we have already farmed it in the ground. For the first time, the initial planting, the initial growing of that tree, it needs some slight watering, very slight watering, just because the rains are with us. Today it might rain, so you don't have to flood it with water.
Okay.
Just little water. And for this matter, I would not even think of flooding it or putting some water because the soil is still wet.
Yes. Oh, okay. So the wetness is enough.
It's quite enough.
However, if it had not rained,
if it were very dry, like some 2-3 weeks ago,
would have put some water.
We would have put even some 10 liters of water.
But not flooding it.
Not flooding it. That is waterlogging it.
Okay. Just a little.
Just a little to keep it going, and it will notice that and that's why you say all is say that we have to harden our trees.
Yes. Okay.
Because it's in a foreign land, it is not in the land side, nobody is caring for it.
Yes.
So unanyima maji, unanyima whatever.
Before it comes. And this one looks like it was hardened a little bit.
It was a bit hardened, yes. Yeah. It is a bit yellowish.
Fine.
Don't forget green trees, very green trees. Itakuja kusumbua kwa samba.
Now we are going that way.
We are going that way.
Another 4 meters.
4 meters.
From
here.
Okay.
Nyuma kidogo hapo. 1. 2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
And you see, my estimate was quite okay because I needed, angalia, 4 meters there.
Yes.
Koja kidogo. 4 meters from that tree up to this tree. Wow. So this is a square.
Okay.
I had something in mind.
I think even the person who planted that.
Surely, yes. It's as if he knew what he was doing.
Yes.
He's a forester by the way.
So when we come here,
our hole should be here. The same way we did the other one.
We need to measure.
To measure
like
1.5.
1.5.
1.5. Down 1.5.
And we draw.
And we draw it.
We are going to put the topsoil up to around 2 feet, 1.5.
And it's not always called the topsoil, it's called the subsurface soil.
We are going to have the subsurface soil. I have to be technical, vocabulary is correct because I'm dealing with a forester and researcher, Bernard Kigwa. And what other mistakes have you seen us doing as we wait for our dear brother here? Give us the subsurface soil.
The other thing,
immediately after planting the tree, what is that we fail to do to help the tree grow?
What we do, this is the right size of planting, although it is a bit taller.
Yeah.
I said last time that a plantable tree seedling should be 1.5 feet to 2 feet tall. That one is almost 2 feet. This one, the neem, is about 1.5 or slightly more than 1, and is the right size.
Okay, I'm thinking if I don't have a way of checking, can we just say?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, knee height.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Now you are becoming a forester.
Oh yes.
No, yeah, you're
plant
becoming a forester.
A seedling that is knee height. That will be good enough.
And if you are not good at it, just put it here.
Or from here to
from the shoulder here.
Oh,
that is enough.
Okay.
From the shoulder to the 30, approximately.
Okay. Okay.
In most of the cases,
now if you
ladies, when we are doing some tree planting, or many people or many farmers, usually avoid getting a lot of dirt. You see what I'm becoming? You can see when we are kneeling down, people usually avoid that. Especially when ladies have got those high-heeled shoes and they are in the shamba and they are cotton areas. So to farm that tree, they would avoid doing that with it. So usually think of coming with the right tree growing gear or tree planting gear. Otherwise, you don't have to come with anything. You come. Huwezi kuja na skati hapa upande miti. Utaanza kutuonyesha aibu hapa. So we need something.
So as we learn, we also learn about the right tree.
I just admire your gear.
Thank you. The tree grower #1 is here. Now we have done the subsurface soil.
The red one.
And as we were taught, we can see the color of the soil has changed.
Exactly.
We are now on the red soil. There's something else I was thinking about.
What is
now, assuming I go to buy my seedlings and I find that the tree nursery handler has not hardened them, can I buy and harden them on my own?
You can. And you have got every reason to ask him or her. Have you hardened this tree? Mara mwisho ulipatia hii miti maji lini? Kama nakwambia ni asubuhi, usinunue hiyo miti.
But you can buy,
then you go and harden.
Yes.
Then
harden
for a week or two, then you plant them such that you not be give them water. They are in the open sun. Zinaadhibiwa. You know, it was getting them the right field conditions.
And you said if I want to harden, one style is denying them water. The other one is cutting the roots.
It's not cutting the roots. It's called root pruning.
Root pruning.
Use a knife, kitchen knife.
Yes.
Yes.
You prune the roots.
Prune the roots,
then
which are protruding outside the pot. The pot. The other one would mean if you are under the shade, just take them to the open sun. ziwe burnt kabisa. Akitaka kufa akufia huko, usimbebe kupeleka kwa shamba.
Is there any problem if, as I harden the trees, I be preparing where I should plant them, or the preparation of the pit?
Let me tell you.
The hole should happen.
Let me tell you. People have always been doing this mistake. In most of the cases, and as a rule of thumb, we foresters, we are supposed to do this work. Whatever you are doing right now should have been done 1 month ago.
Preparation of the
planting hole. Digging the hole or digging the pit or making the pit, refilling. Because you have already marked the center of the hole.
Yes.
You, as when the rains come, we only be scooping the soil and putting your seedling there and farming it. Otherwise, we are doing contrary to whatever foresters do. In any case, we have to plant because we are here to plant or grow trees.
Yes.
But if it's professionally, we should have done this a month or 2 ago.
A month?
When it is too dry.
Why?
Because we want the fast rains. We want to get the advantage of the fast rains. You see, most farmers would go for, if the rain comes, they run for beans, for maize. You forget about their trees. But when you did that one a month or 2 ago, you are assured, because you have marked the center of your hole and you have refilled your hole with whatever soil mixtures. It's a matter of coming and scoping, because the first rains should be utilized by your tree.
So you mean I should have done the whole, prepared even with the manure and refilled back
during the dry season.
During the dry season.
Exactly.
Okay.
But usually,
I think we've been doing trees like by the way.
Surely, yes.
Yeah.
And professionally, you say, leo nitapanda mti. Mvua imenyesha. This is usually done a month ago. When the rains are ready, you are sure that you just bring the tree, scoop your soil.
But it's not that the hole requires any preparations when it is
no.
That it is going to prepare itself. That
no.
You know, a visitor will be coming.
No. Professionally, you should do that way.
We are just taking advantage of the rains. Okay.
The first rains should meet your holes ready.
Okay. He feels like we are
just refilling. It's just refilling now. Refilling the.
No, we are lucky that we are doing this when the rains are here. What if there were no rains?
If there are no rains,
because we would like to grow trees throughout.
What usually happens, and you need to plant or grow a tree during the dry season, we usually, there's a technique we usually use called supplementary feeding or bottle feeding.
Supplementary or bottle feeding.
What usually happens, shake up. Just assume if we are in the dry season.
Yeah.
We are planting. Don't assume that this soil is wet.
Yes.
What we usually do. Right.
Rains will not always be here, and it does not mean that you don't grow trees because there are no rains. We need them at all times. So now, our expert here is going to demonstrate how we're gonna grow our trees in the absence of rains, in the dry areas, by use of what he called supplementary what?
Feeding or bottle feeding?
Supplementary feeding or bottle feeding.
I've made it bigger holes.
Yes.
In fact, they need very small
holes.
You see? When you close here, the speed goes very slow.
So here we need.
But when you open this hole, the speed will be very, very fast.
Wait a minute.
See?
Take it step by step. We have a bottle, but we need to put some holes.
Some holes here.
Like how many?
1 or 2 or 3. The 3, but less a 1/4 inch of a nail.
Okay.
A nail.
You
just pinch the bottom, the hole. Not at the bottom, but slightly at the side. And where we are going to punch it, let that side lie this way.
The side with the hole.
The side with the hole.
Also the holes
slanting,
don't go.
And no, the holes will not be this side.
The holes don't spread.
No,
You put
they'll be very close. And then make sure the bottle is not upright. is slanting 30 to 45 degrees.
Okay.
On the sloping side
now,
of the tree.
You put water.
Then
you put the cork back.
Yes. Then you scoop this soil.
Okay.
Avoid getting to the roots.
Oh.
Down here.
You
Make
put on the side.
Here.
Okay.
Just put it.
Okay.
Then you have seen if you open this hole, this bottle cap, the water will flow very fast.
Yes.
But when you close it, it is like a drip irrigation.
Oh.
That is what we do during the dry season.
Okay.
And what usually happens, the tree will not use this water milele.
Yeah.
If you have to use this water, we have approximated 1.5 liters to 2 liters. The tree will need, if it is very dry, for 1 week.
Wow.
So come open your bottle cap, refill it,
then
just close it,
and
make sure this size, the neck of the hole, is just flat with the tree which you have planted the tree.
Okay.
It is not up this way.
Okay.
We are imagining we are planting trees when it is very dry.
Yeah.
And to avoid this water being heated because of the rain of the sun.
Yes.
It will be very hot. So the water will be very hot. It will affect your roots.
Yes.
So we want to cover it as much as possible so that the water will not be heated to affect the roots of your tree.
So are we going to cover the bottle with some other material
with the soil?
Oh, with the soil.
But preferably, especially during when we are doing it in the dry areas, we usually sand mulching is the best. River sand is the best. Avoid using grass or other material because they attack termites and mushwa na itakuja subua mti yako. Ikimaliza maneno ya hiyo nyasi na nini, the next victim will be your tree.
Will be your tree. And we want the tree to grow. We don't just want to plant.
We just don't want to plant. We want to grow this tree.
Here are several lessons. Let me go down and remind the farmer, the tree grower, what we did here. We had our bottle here.
There we are.
We had our bottle. We put some 3 holes on one side of the bottom of the bottle.
Very minute holes.
Very minute. A 3/4.
No, a quarter of an inch of a hole.
Quarter of an inch of a nail.
Of a nail.
Yes. Then we put our water. But remember to put back the cork. The reason for doing this is so that the water does not flow very fast. You want the water to last at least a week or so.
That is the law of gravity.
Yes, the flow
water,
of
when
gravity.
it is open, water will flow very fast. But when it is closed, it will drip very slowly.
Okay.
Very slowly.
Okay, okay. We have also put the bottle slanted and we covered it back with the soil. So if there were no rains, would still grow our trees.
Exactly. Yes.
So let's grow the tree.
There is no harm in growing trees when it is dry.
Yes.
Yes. Let's continue.
Perfect.
Now that it is raining and we have some the moisture in our soils, we are not going to use supplementary feeding, bottle feeding.
But for the sake of
that is for demonstration purposes.
Yes, and I would prefer after we have put our seedling, we put the bottle and then you show us, you demonstrate how we put back the
How do that?
How we cover the soil.
How do that?
How we cover the bottle.
Exactly.
Here we go. Oh, it's also dug in, right?
You remember there is a distance from where the tree is.
Yes. The bottle
at an angle.
The bottle should not touch the tree.
You see?
Because if
when you come to refill the bottle,
you just open,
close it.
Nice.
It is not touching this one.
Yes.
It's a distance away.
Okay. Now we are bringing more soil.
More soil.
More
so that it covers this one,
soil.
it covers here.
Yes.
Then we are through.
Okay.
And we are done.
Yes.
Mind you, we are not farmed.
We are farming up after we have put enough soil.
Enough soil.
Okay. Exactly. Enough soil means we should let it
cover
level up.
The level of the tube.
Right.
Tube material.
Okay. But when we are farming it up, we should avoid also stepping on the tree, right?
Yes, the tree and the bottle, of course.
And the bottle. Okay. Let me do it on this side.
Exactly.
Tang.
My dear, we have not even used the red soil. We have just used our fertile soil, the subsurface soil. There we are.
Let the tree grow.
And of course, you never knelt down.
Oh, and this tree, when we were planting, remember kneeling
down and bring the soil.
Bring the soil. Bernard is almost telling us to kiss the tree before
Almost, yes. Oh, yeah, almost there.
But kneeling is really important because we have prayed for it.
There we are.
We need it to grow. Remember, this one was herbal medicine we have put here. So we really need it. Hey, may you grow.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
It's been a moment. We are growing trees. Thank you so much for being with us. We believe that you are also going not only to demonstrate, do it practically. Let the tree be planted, but of most important is to have it grow. Thank you once again for taking this time.
Before the final shot from Madam Waithera, I would have thought of these trees we have planted in the home compound.
Yes.
And of course, you can see a lot of animals.
Yes.
There are birds, there are cows,
yeah, I've seen
there are
rabbits.
Goats, rabbits there. Yes. To avoid the destruction of these trees.
Yes.
Because most of the trees are very palatable to animals. Yeah. May they be wild animals, livestock which you could put in our homesteads. Because this compound has been protected. There's a perimeter fence. Yeah. But we usually do, when we are planting 1, 2, 3 trees in a home compound, we do single tree protection.
All right.
What do I mean by that? Get some pegs around the tree. If money is limited, resources are not enough, get thorns all around that tree. If you don't have any reason to mind your money issues, get a chicken wire all around, so that mbuzi, kuku, ng'ombe, hata tia munuka hapo akule mti yako.
This tree must grow, man. We must grow trees to increase the tree cover, to increase the forest cover for our own benefits. I thank you once again. My name is Waithera Mwitherania, and my forest expert, my researcher,
Bernard Kimani Kigwa. That's my name.
Thank you. See you growing more trees.
Let's grow trees, dear countrymen. Thank you.
Let's grow trees.